Hey fellas, and welcome to today's NPC episode. If you're tuning in and noticing there's no video, well, you're not imagining things. We had a few technical challenges, but we didn't want that to stop the conversation. So today's episode will be audio only as we talk about ways to increase your mental and spiritual growth, deepen your awareness, and stay grounded in 2026, even when life throws you a curveball. Let's get into it.
Goals for spiritual growth this year. So again, these are just some ideas. Make it personal for whatever works for you. But one can be reading through the entire Bible. We mentioned that, whether it's New Testament, Old Testament, or maybe a section of the Bible could be one goal. Reading a few Christian books this year on spiritual growth. Maybe it's something on a specific topic about prayer, about the Holy Spirit, about whatever it might be. Just if there's something that you really feel like you've been either wrestling with or maybe you feeling you need, that would be a great opportunity for you there in your growth this year. Listen to more sermons. Here's the thing. When you open up your YouTube, your TikTok, whatever, scroll for a little bit. And what you'll find is what's typically on your mind. And if you scrolling and you ain't seen no sermons, no encouragement or anything like that, then we probably need to make some adjustments on what we're allowing into our spirit through our screen time or through the things that we're watching. Join a men's group. You hear us talk all the time about community, importance of community. That's another space where you can, again, make that a part of your goal in 2026. I guarantee if you join a men's group in 2026, it will be life-changing for you going forward. And then finally, being more intentional about praying with your spouse if you're married or doing things with your kids from a devotional or leadership stuff. Now listen, fellas, I know this can be a challenge for many of us out there. Man, I don't really know where to start. I don't know what to do. Go online, look something up, or just say, hey, you know what? We're going to come together every Thursday night and pray, or every night before the kids go down, bring everybody together. Even if it's not a 30-minute prayer, just that consistency will be so impactful for you and your family.
Boom.
Mm-hmm. So that's the spiritual component.
Yeah.
Other side of it is mental health. We got a resident expert here.
Man, why you always have to say?
Because you are the resident expert, man.
I'm just Osei Harvey. You know,
popcorn ready.
I happen to get some certifications here and there, but no big deal.
My humble servant, Osei Harvey.
Very good.
Yes, sir. No, thank you. I first of all, I want to say this. Well, a lot of what I'm going to be talking about kind of falls from the bones of what you said, you know, and you'll see kind of the parallelism there. But first and foremost, guys, number one, I am just excited at the fact that 10 years ago, you probably wouldn't see a podcast. You wouldn't hear about anything on the radio in reference to men and mental health. Those two were like oil and water.
Yep.
You know, so to now see how things have been progressing and to see that now the stigma is slowly falling off is very gratifying. I love to see that because in my, I guess, 2 decades of practice, I've seen how men are affected by the pressures of life that they experience every day.
Okay.
Whether it be with work, whether it be with their family, whether it be with their boss or whatever the case may be, how it takes such a toll on not just their mental health, but their soul.
Yeah.
And it's suppressed and it's corroded and there's nowhere for it to go. And we see that being exemplified through their actions. Whether they realize it or not, other people can see it, especially those that maybe are close to them or family members or so on and so forth. So to now see that, hey, a lot of men are not hearing it from other people, but they're actually looking in the mirror and saying, I need help.
Yeah.
Is very gratifying.
Okay.
So I'm glad that those issues that men have been dealing with have been addressed, whether it be for years or whether it be for months. They're finally coming face to face with the fact that they need the support, right? In addition to that, also understanding what it is to maintain their mental health.
Okay.
I think it's been very prevalent as well.
Yeah.
So I want to start by saying that, salute to the men
Yes, for sure.
that have been intentional as far as making sure that their mental health is a priority. I'm really grateful for that. And so I would say this, we would talk about New Year's resolutions and and mental wellness in 2026 and so on and so forth, I would say before we even go into 2026, let's reflect 2025.
Okay.
And we could do this every year. You know, when we get into December, we can really start to pinpoint specific moments and times throughout the year that were a bit difficult for us.
Okay.
That have been a bit challenging. How did I deal with those specific situations? Did I handle it in a way that was healthy, or did I just kind of sweep it under the rug and suppressed it, which then bled over into other areas of my life? Doing a honest reflection and asking ourselves, did I really handle that appropriately? And if I didn't, then that's something that I probably need to put on my own personal board to work on in 2026, right? So the reflection is definitely important. Excuse me. And then also not just the reflection, but celebrating yourself for the things that you were able to get through in a healthy manner. You know, I think oftentimes as men, we just kind of, whatever. You know, it was done. I did it. No, I think we ought to give ourselves moments to praise ourselves, pat ourselves on the back. I find myself doing that often. And I know I'm like, man, if my wife walk in on me right here while I'm in the mirror, you know what I mean? She probably like, you good? But I do that though.
No, that's good. I like that.
I do that, and I've been more intentional.
What do you do in the mirror?
Man, I'm not going to demonstrate. look, I know my brother Colin. But if I were to break it down, but if I break it down, I would reflect on something that happened during the day, and how I handled it, and I would say, you know what, man, I'm proud of you.
So affirmation, really like affirmation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like a little dance with it or something like that.
No. You might dance, bro. And that's okay. Everybody has their own way of praising, you know, and affirming. But that's dance. One of the things. Yes, that's one of the things that I do. When I come across a situation where maybe in the past I didn't handle it, you know, as good as I should have. This time I recognize it and I say, yeah, you did that, man. Good job.
I love that. Just the awareness.
The acknowledgement, the recognition.
What's the saying you always say? Know thyself.
Know thyself.
Yeah.
Right,
so
exactly.
Being aware that, hey, I didn't handle that situation well before.
Right.
This time around I did really well. I love that. Pat yourself on the back.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that's encouragement too. I know as men we love to get a pat on the back.
Yes.
We love to hear acknowledgement. We want to be praised, but why not give it to ourselves?
What was that, David, when he was in the after the Battle of Ziklag, after all of the wives and the family and everybody had been captured, and the men was looking like, David, what you gonna do? Bible says, he said, give me the ephod. And David encouraged himself. It's so important. We got to be able to encourage ourselves.
So good.
Right.
Yeah.
And because we do look for it from other people.
Yeah.
But what about those times when we don't see it from other people and we don't get it from other people?
Yeah, that's important.
We got to get it from within ourselves.
That's good.
So I would say that first reflect, see how we could do things a bit differently in regards to certain situations and circumstances, because do know nothing is new under the sun, because, you know, there may be moments where things may reoccur. You know, God kind of puts us through these processes just to test, to see our growth and where we are. So reflecting on that, excuse me, identifying the adjustments is very, very important. Okay. Do y'all have anything, excuse me, just to reflect on that, or I could keep it moving?
I was just going to add real quick. My wife did this last year. I thought it was really great. When we talk about encouragement. Yeah. She did a good news jar. And so she put sticky notes on the table in a big jar. And anytime something good happened with someone in the family, you write it on a sticky note.
Lee, I'm taking that.
And drop it in the jar, right? And so what we did at the end of the year, we opened the jar up, dumped it out, and everybody just kind of read, this happened, this. And if some of it's like, oh, I forgot about that. Oh, I didn't know that happened. So good news jar, I love that idea of just those affirmations, just different ways you can do that.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah.
I was sitting with a brother this week, and we just catching up, and he said, I went to see my therapist. And I said, hold on, brother, I said, you go see a therapist? He said, yeah. I said, I am so proud of you.
Yeah, that's right.
I said, I'm so proud of you that you've taken the steps and be, make that a priority for you
Yeah.
and what that looks like.
Yeah.
And I said, I salute that. I'll be praying for you in that, because I think that is absolutely incredible that you recognized it and you took action on it. And I think that he was a little startled because he didn't know what I was going to say. But I think afterwards he felt safe to know that there was someone who was supporting his journey in that.
And I think as just that brother, if you can imagine, let's just say 3/4 of us that would make the intention of seeking therapy, whether it be on a weekly basis, bi-weekly, monthly, or just for check-in, just how much better we'd be as men.
I think it's so important because we are very solution-oriented.
Yep.
And we are very, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, validation a lot of times comes from what we do, how we succeed, how we perform.
Yep.
And when you're struggling in those areas, you need someone who is skilled. Like, we wouldn't go to the doctor and ask him to change a tire.
Come on, man.
We would go to the doctor when we have an issue with our body.
Right.
We have an issue with our car, we go to a mechanic. We talked about this before on previous podcasts. When you have an issue or challenge, rather, mentally, you got to go to someone who is equipped to be able to handle it. And our mama and always the one to go to. I just need to put that out there. Shout out to moms, but
yeah, man,
mama don't always have the answers. You need to go to somebody who's qualified.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, fellas, hope you enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned for next week's episode as we wrap up our mental health strategies. Be sure to subscribe and share this content. And as always, don't forget to go out and encourage another brother.